Alright. Let's make this quick. Alright. Okay. Testing, testing, testing. Can you hear me? Hear me? Alright, good. Okay, so this might be like a good hour and a half stream. Because I have to get up and go to work. Alright, so I think yesterday I was essentially watching Ryan's stream, and he started talking about essentially the podcast that he would listen to. And one podcast he would talk about was the Ink Pulp podcast. And Ryan, if you were listening, odds are you're not, but you know, guy can dream. One good podcast is also, I think, the Miller Time podcast with Mark Millar. Miller Time, Millar Time. It's really good. Basically, Mark Millar, essentially interviews very influential professionals in the industry, and well, it's like, of course, you know, they go into their personal lives, but sometimes they also go into, say, industry, like a industry commentary, and honestly, it's just really a good watch. I think my favorite one is the episode with Travis Charest. And Travis Charest is an artist that I really admire. I've admired him since high school because it's essentially how like he would render his works. And yeah, you know, I think he would kind of take long. Like, how do I say this? I kind of admire Travis Charest not only because his work is so good, but because, well, it's like when you essentially kind of like listen to his interview, you come to the realization that his career has essentially just been mired with failure, just fuck up after fuck up. For example, I think when he got into the European comics, the bande dessinée, when he was drawing bande dessinée, essentially his work was really good, and he managed to land basically an artist like Jodorowsky. But he took so long, and the colors were off, and essentially he got fired. Which, yeah, it kind of sucks, but it's kind of it's really kind of like, I don't know, like when you hear something like this, it just, your imposter syndrome just, you know, it just goes away. Because you know that's like, you know, it's like, hey, Travis Charest got fired from an artist job. Like, Travis Charest. By the way, if you don't know who Travis Charest is, to those who aren't, those who to those who are new to the stream or are watching, which I know there's zero of you, but indulge me here. Travis Charest. I'm gonna show you who Travis Charest is. Window capture, sources. No, how do I do this? Okay, I'm gonna get out of Photoshop for a minute. This guy. This fucking guy. And look at this. This is amazing. I mean, Jesus Christ. Okay, so basically, like his style has kind of changed throughout the years a little bit, but so far it's still amazingly done. I mean, look at this. See, if I drew like this, I'd be all right. If I drew like this, dude, I'd have the world. No, not the world, more like the concept art and comic book industry, illustration industry, or illustration, in the palm of my hand. I'd be like Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. You know, it's like I would just have the biggest head. I'd be, I'd legitimately be confident. You know, it's like when people say like, "Oh, you think you're better than me?" It's like, yes. I would just say yes. I am. Look at this shit. Do you think anyone's making in comic book art on the scale of this? Like, have you seen most comic books? Most art is just bleh. It's just bland. It's not. It's like, it's anatomically off. You know, it's not very dynamic. Like I've looked at the comic book with the new Juggernaut, who's basically this, is this gay Korean guy, and it's like, it's like nothing wrong with the new Juggernaut. Nothing wrong with because like they still paid respects. They still kind of paid their respects in some kind of way to Juggernaut, and they recognized his legacy as a villain, which I kind of liked because I like Juggernaut better as a villain. And but it's like, the art is very just slapdash. It's not like, I look at this and it's like, yeah, I don't really think this guy's gonna get any more work. Not anymore. I'm not saying any more work, because like odds are he still will. He'll be fine, I think. But it's like, I feel like he will get work, but it's just like, it won't be like any of the work that will like highlight this particular artist's like talents. Like he's still gonna be stuck in the monthly grind. He's still gonna be stuck in, like, say, like the shitty, Marvel Voices anthology grind. Like he won't, like, people won't take him seriously. He won't become like an artist. He won't be able to basically, like, he won't be able to kind of like build an audience or build a name with his own stuff if he's like stuck doing work like this. And even then, the book in and of itself has, like, it's like, there are dozens of ideas in that book that are way more interesting than whatever the main character's got going on. Like, for example, and there's this grandfather who was like, his grandfather was kind of like one of the older versions of the Juggernaut, and they called him Tycho. And he was essentially, I think he was like around since like the medieval ages for like Asia. And that idea is fucking badass. Like imagine like you're like you're Japanese samurai. You're a Japanese infantry, and you're basically invading Korea because your emperor wanted to invade China, but Korea basically told like through a miscommunication error or something. I could be wrong. Essentially, they they were like nah, and the emperor took that as a war declaration, and now you're basically just charging up in Korea, and you're like you and your buddies are committing war crimes, massacres, GRAPES, burning villages, stuff like that, and then in the horizon you see like a trail of dust raising, and this giant behemoth of a man in red just charging at you, just charging, just destroying everything in your path. That'd be super cool. I'd rather read that, but you know, it's just no. It's just I don't know. It's just it's a big no for me, man. I don't know. And that's like, and it's sad because like, it's like I feel like when it comes to like the X-Men, that's like the X-Men line. I feel like it's not as good as it used to be. Like it's things are bad when John Byrne's fan fiction is getting more like getting more like internet traffic and like clicks than what you got in the offices now. But that's just beyond that's just another thing. Like Travis Sher like Millar Time is a really good podcast, and you should read it. No, not read it. Jesus Christ, I am. It's the morning. Please, have mercy on me. I am but a simple man. We should give it a watch, and you should give it a listen. It's really good. All right, now back to what I've got here. All right. I gotta move on to another character. I don't know, maybe Anissa or Mark, one of the evil Marks. All right, now. And also, I kind of like the back to the Asian Juggernaut thing. I kind of like the idea of like Juggernaut being a mantle passed down. Not to mention, it's like it kind of makes sense that a version of the Juggernaut will be Asian, because essentially, I think didn't didn't like wasn't like the Stone of Sidorak found in like I don't know. I think Kane Marco in the original comics could have been like a Vietnam War vet, or like I think then again back then was Korea. So at this point, yeah, yeah, of course he'd be a Korean guy. Disgusting. No, sorry, no. I was thinking of the Korean thing. I don't know much Korean. I only know how to curse in Korean. It's like sheball. That's it. Shiba. Shiba seki. My name's this, but you can call me Opa. Yes, I'm sorry. That's cringy as hell to me. I'm sorry. I, I don't think I have much Asian friends. I think my sister has more like Asian friends than I do. But hey, then again, I don't really think Asian friends are like Pokemon. You can't just collect them. Like you either have them or you don't. And even then, just go out and talk to people. And if they're Asian, cool. And if they're not, also cool. You're still talking to people. Why are you being so weird about this? Stop being weird, bro. You're being weird. Oh, okay. I think I should. I spent a lot of time on Conquest here. Maybe I should just. I would like to go there. It's kind of funny that the Korean nation, it's like with is their population is just so it's just declining. I feel like at this point when it comes to like future prospects, I think China kind of got it in the bag, with their AI and the fact that they're kind of and the fact that they kind of broke records when it came to fusion. Not to mention their population, they're like they have like one of the biggest populations in the world. I think like a large percentage of Earth is just Chinese and Indian, and and like don't get me wrong, you know, there's still there are a lot of like There's also like a lot of like Latino people, white people, stuff like that. But a lot of Chinese people, a lot of Asians, a lot of Indians, a lot of Chinese people. There's a lot of them. And when China and Japan are gone, I feel like in a century or two, probably won't even like be here. China will be all that's left, and then they'll just be like just dancing on graves, like, yeah, what's up? After all these war crimes, after all that bullshit, who's laughing now? We are. Mm. Okay. I've worked in China. I've worked in China too. No, 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 no. Nothing interesting happened. Disgusting. God, I suck. No, we don't suck. This is fine. We're fine. I'm a loser. No. Stop. Stop with the negative self-talk. Have some confidence. This is it. this point, it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's that apathy setting in where it's like the progress is so small that at this point, why even try? And I want this to be a sketch stream, but it's like at this point, if it takes me like more than 3 days to paint Conquest, this is even a sketch anymore. I don't even think. There we go. Is it even a sketch anymore? I mean, fuck. I'm working hard. Working. Yeah, sketching. Made myself an omelet today. I want to be able to make more, you know. More food. Because one, it's good to feed yourself. Two, cooking gets you chicks. I don't think it gets you chicks necessarily, but it's like if you have a girlfriend and you make her something and it's good, your chances of getting laid that night go increase by 30%. And I know that, and it's true math. Because trust me, bro. Just trust me. Citations. I don't need those citations. The math is sound. Because I've heard a guy do it. Basically, it's like, yeah, I would like, essentially like, on a third date maybe, I would essentially like bring the chick over to my house, and I would essentially make her like food and it got me laid every time. This is what he said. And I'm not sure if I can get a third date, but if I get to that point, I'm making her that. I'm making her that food, and I'm not doing it in expectation that I get something in return. Turn, although it kind of sounds like it. I'm doing it because, well, it's like one, act of service, and two, I like to see what happens. It's more curiosity than anything. Quite frankly, if I can get a woman inside my house that isn't a direct relative, then that's a big win. It's like, yes. Yeah. It's like, yes. Take that. Had all the guys in middle school who said I'd be a virgin forever. Eat a dick. Okay, yeah, sure, I didn't, you know. Actually, no. No, I'm not gonna say it. Although it kind of does sound like I'm doing it for some kind of return, which I don't think is a good thing. I'm afraid. I don't want to know. Sorry. Keep working, keep working, keep working. The event's tomorrow. I think I need to contact my cousin. That way we can essentially formulate some sort of plan. Because he's going. I wonder if Manny's going. Probably not. I wish he was going though. Because I feel like he's more socially outgoing than I am. And he can give me like a pointer. And he's older than me. It's kind of embarrassing. I don't know. I don't really feel all that good if I have to essentially kind of like be in a position where my like cousin who is like 2 years younger than me is doing better with the ladies than I am, it's like, god damn. At this point, why even try? No, it's not even fair. Like, come on. If we just start talking like that, then like at this point, I really am going to. And then Friday will be pointless. At this point, look. Tomorrow I'm gonna have to go to a dancing event because I think my sister's going, right? Because it is your opportunity to essentially put yourself out there and be a human being. I think one thing that we should work on is not being attached to an outcome. Sure, when you get there, you're probably not going to get much digits. But if you can socialize, dance, be a cool, warm, outgoing person amongst people, because that's what women are, people, then you've won. It's not about, who you cracked. It's about the time that you had. Because that's what matters in the end. Hopefully the mic did not hear that. It's not about laying pipe. It's about going out there and being a who man. That's what it's all about. That's what we're here for. Okay? Inceldom is yeah, of course, there are factors that are outside your control that might hurt your ability to be successful in that arena. But in the end, on some level, inceldom is self-imposed. And if you want the reason you can't get a girlfriend, look in the mirror. Ugly dudes get pussy all the time. You can essentially listen to women and like, I want sex, so I want it. But if you actually look at the men that they date, they're fucking lying. They're fucking lying. My man has to make 6 figures. Your boyfriend hasn't had a job, but has been unemployed and has been unemployed for over a year. My man has to have a car. Your dad, he's been borrowing your car for a while. Probably had an affair in your car. Alright. I don't know about this. How do the abs look? we had a baby on you in this car. Okay. Disgusting. No. Kind of a loser. No, yeah. No, you're not. Stop it. God. Help me. The blow. Jesus. No, I can still do this. It's fine. Nah, it's black. I can't. I think I have to do something else. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop being. I'm looking for a reference. Looking for references. I was looking for references, and then I keep on this. I just keep on getting distracted by fan art. Too much cool shit on Reddit. Okay, so the next person I could draw is either Angstrom Levi or maybe Anissa. I was thinking of I don't know, putting like a funny spin to it, or essentially just Anissa, like as basically just standing there, and there's a word balloon, basically, and the word balloon next to her, and she's like, it's basically her saying, "Let me tell you, I'll tell you what, I like you, I want you. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours. Choice is yours." Like the whole the whole booty warrior monologue. I like you, I want you. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. The choice is yours. And like I don't know, some poor bastards like, I don't think we'll be doing this any type of way. Oh, okay. So I see we're doing this the hard way. But what do you mean the hard way? Hard way. Yeah, kind of like that. Now I heard on an Instagram reel, or I saw a comment where essentially like it's there's one like this frame or like this scene of Conquest acting creepy and unhinged, and it'd be funny. It's like essentially a comment's like, "Oh look, it's Anissa's mentor," and essentially it's like that would actually kind of make sense. Anissa's mentor. Imagine if they were, like, if on Anissa's first day after her initiation, it's like all the other Viltrumites are like made very uncomfortable by her, by the way she acts around, like, the male Viltrumites, and essentially it's like, no, I don't think I like her. Put her with Conquest, and essentially at first it's all quiet. They don't exactly get along. It's just this, it's just this formality that they have to do. They work together. He's taking her under his tutelage, and then next thing you know, Conquest, essentially like sees her acting sadistic or like a bit, bit grapey, and then essentially it's like he's like, "Wait, you do that too?" And she's like, "Wow!" They kind of like they bond and they become they have like a almost like a kind of like an Obi-Wan and Luke relationship, but like Bob, like a mentor mentee relationship, where it's like, Conquest is just sadistic and a psychopath, and she is just kind of like predatory and like very creepy and like doesn't care for boundaries. And it's like they're best friends. They're like, like Michael and Pippin. Conquest is Jordan, and Anissa's Pippin. It would be really, really kind of like wild if they ever do that scene with Anissa and Mark where she basically forces herself onto him. Like it'd be wild if, as Anissa's like just doing it, basically would just does the same thing. Like, it's like when Conquest was choking Mark, he just goes, "I'm so lonely," and like Anissa just basically just like does that, but her version's like, "I'm so lonely. All the other men, like lonely. All the other male humans and Viltrumites are scared of me. They think I have trouble with boundaries. I've been given husband after husband, and they either die under mysterious circumstances or defect." But I think it's because they're scared of me. I have so much love to give, but no one wants to receive it. Like something like that. I don't know. That I'm just spitballing. I'm trying to make it as creepy and as weird as possible. Because, well, it's like, hey, Conquest, Anissa, like the Viltrumites have to be scary on some level, and that's pretty scary, right? No. Uh, is this even good? I don't think this is. I don't know. I want to be Mitch Morehouse so bad, but this is, I don't know. The more I stare at it, the less the more the less I'm sure about it. Then again, this is a sketch, so low stakes. The Man, what the fuck is this? Okay, can we make it work? What? Okay, I'm sorry, what is this? What is this? Why is that there? I don't know. You know what? I'll just paint over it here. Problem solved. You know what? Yeah, I think it's about that time. hopefully this was another entertaining. But yeah, no, this has been a stream.